Yes.
अभिवादेवा शिष्टमैत्रा वर्णं कौंडिन्ये प्रयारशया प्रवर्गामितः कौंडिन्यको धापस्तम्भसूत्रः शीर्षाचार्याय श्री वेंकटेश शर्माणामस्ते गोः
श्री वेंकटेश शर्माणामां दीर्घायुष्मान् भव सौम्या श्री वेंकटराम सुब्रह्मण्य शर्माणामां दीर्घायुष्मान् भव सौम्या श्री राजा राम शर्माणां दीर्घायुष्मान् भव सौम्या. So this is the way to begin, that is the way to end. So let us get with the dhyana shlokam. Om Gananam Tva Ganapatigam Avamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspada Shrinvanno Dibisi Dasadanam Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha Prano Devi Saraswati Vaje Birvajinivati Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Asmin Guru Charanarvindabhyam Namaha Devim Vachamajanenta Devaha Tam Vishwarupa Pashavo Vadanti Sano Mandreshu Murjanduhana Dhenarvagasman Upatustadaito Vyasam Vasishta Naptaram Shakte Pautramakalmasham Parasharatmajam Vande Shvakatatam Taponidhim Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya Vyasa Rupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahma Nidaye Vasishtaya Namo Namaha Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Shiva Shakti Samarambam Bhaskara Acharya Madhyamam Asma Srinatha Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shri Lalita Mahatripurasundari Sameda Shri Chandramaulishwaraya Namaha Shri Kanchi Kamakoti Pithadipati Jagadguru Shri Shankaracharya Shri Charanayoh Pranamah Swasti Srimati Bhumandalalankara Trayatrimshadakoti Devata Sevita Shri Kamakshi Devi Dhanata Srimati Ekambaranatha Shri Mahag Astigirinatha Sakshatkara Paramadhisthana Satyavrata Namangita Kanchi Divya Kshetre Sharada Mata Sustitanam
Anavada Dvaita Vidyavinodarsiganam Yarantara Randri Shanti Dhanti Bhumnam Sakala Bhavana Chakravarishava Dr. Varishta Vichya Desho Rangadanam Vikilabhasanna Chanda Kandagodagadane Srikada Vedanta Vada Sanmata Pratishtavakacharyanam Srimad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Shri Jagadguru Srimad Shankar Bhagavapadacharyanam Adhisthane Simhasana Abhijikta Srimad Chandrasekharendu Saraswati Sayyamendranam Adhisthane Simhasana Abhijikta Srimad Jayendra Saraswati Sayyamendranam Andevasivarya
Srimad Shankara Vijayendra Saraswati Shri Padanam Charanadhaniyoho Saprashayam Sanjali Bandham Janavaskurmaha. So get started and continue where we left off. Rishava, continue. Achidram, wherever we left off. 11th Anuvakalende. 22. So அதுக்கு அடுத்ததுல இருந்து ஆரம்பி.
Agniritya Agnirvaire Dodha Reta Eva Dadhadati Indra Itya Indriya Devasmin Dadhati Twashtetya Twashtavai Pashunam Mithunanagum Rupagridit Rupameva Pashushu Dadhati Brahaspadiritya Brahmavai
Devanam Brahaspadihi Brahmanaivasmai Praja Prajarayati Prithivyamapachakshyotai Na viprapnoti nirratim parachairityaha Rakshasamapahatyai Ya purastat prastravant
Radham Yagyamarabe Devagadavidah Gatum Yagyaya Vindada Manasaspadina Devena Vada Dagya Prayudyaram
Sriya Sajai Diva Gayatriya Soma Abhrada
सोमपीठाय संनयितुं स्वकलवन्दरमादले आपो देवी शुद्धास्त इमावात्राणि शुन्धत उपासङ्ख्याय देवानाम् अर्णवल्कमुदशुन्धत स्वयो गृहेषु पयो अग्नियासु स्वयो वत्सेषु पय इन्द्राय हविषे गृहस्व
गायत्री पर्णवल्केन पयः सोमं करोत्तिमम् अग्निं गृह्णामि सुरथं व्योमयो भूः य उन्दिन्तमारोहति सूर्यमग्ने आदित्यं ज्योतिषां ज्योतिरुत्तमम् शो यज्ञाय रमतां देवताभ्यः वसून् रुद्रानादित्यान् इन्द्रेण सह देवताः तापूर्वः परिगृह्णामि स्व आयतने मनीषयाः
ये प्रविष्टाः
तान् देवान् परिगृह्णामि पूर्वः अग्निर्हव्यवाडिहत्तानावहतु जस्ट वन मोर अவ்வளவுதான்
अग्निर्हव्यवादिदातानुवाहतु
पौर्णमासकं हविरिदमेषां मयि अमावास्यकं हविरिदमेषां मयि अन्तराग्नि पशवः देवसगं सदमागन् तान् पूर्वः परिगृह्णामि स्व आयतने मनीषयाः इह प्रजा विश्वरूपा रमन्ताम् अग्निं गृहपतिमपि संवसानाः ताः पूर्वः परिगृह्णामि. There you go. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a nice weekend.
Thank you. You too, Mama. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye. So, there you saw the demonstration of a kid who just started from zero. உங்களுக்காக ஸ்லோ பண்ணினான். இதுக்கு முன்னாடி நாங்கள் கிளாஸ் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கிறது he was at twice the speed. அக்ஷர சுத்தி, மாத்ரா சுத்தி, top class. And it comes with a lot of commitment and hard work. So Ashwin, again, the question to you, he probably joined at a slightly younger age than you. So if he can go there, are you motivated to do that?
Yes.
Very good. That's the sound I wanted to hear. So I'm sure all the adults are also keen to do that. So let us, if you open the document, it is easy for you to now follow whatever I'm saying. Section 2, Patilnaka, when it is page number 3, we have talked about that Vedas were taught orally. There was no PDF, there was nothing in writing. It was in-person training, orally. The teacher will chant once or twice. The students will repeat, and then rote it. Roting means repeat, adeye choli. You actually program your mind to memorize all these things and do it. So, the ladder of recitation means how do you progress from Samhita Patham to Gana Patham. Gana Patham is the highest. சரியா? So, அதில் வந்து உங்களுக்கு I have added more information here rather than just talking about how many types of chanting you are required to learn before you are called a Gana particle. Yashas, since you joined late, I hope you have the documents that are shared in the group downloaded and you have it in front of you. A PDF document. Praveen also joined late, so I'm hoping that you have it. So if you see page number 4, you will see Samhita Patham. Whatever we are learning right now is Samhita Patham. Pure text with swaras. Straight flow. Om Ganana Am Twa Ganapatikam Avamahe. That is what it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, unbroken flow, joined by sandhis. அதாவது விசர்கா இருந்ததுனாக்கா அது விசர்கா சப்ஸ்டிடியூட் பண்ணி சேன் பண்ணணும். Though the script would have shown visarga, you have to substitute the visarga and chant. Chalo priyadliya. For example, if the script says Namaha Somaya, அப்படின்னா நமஹ சோமாயன்னு படிக்க முடியாது. நம சோமாய aha will get substituted by is. Padapatham. இது ரெண்டுத்தையும் பார்த்தேன்னா, there is a third column where the character of this chanting, it is called Prakriti, natural. Prakritina, natural. It is said only once. You don't repeat it. Om Ganana Am Tva Ganapatikam. None of the words are repeated. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yeah. If you have a doubt, you'll have to just raise your hand or something. Otherwise, if you keep staring at the screen, I will assume you're understanding whatever I'm saying. நான் பாட்டு போயிட்டே இருப்பேன் அப்புறம். பதால வந்து you break down each of these words. That is how Vadhyars learn. நான் சொல்லிக் கொடுக்குறது எடுத்த எடுப்புலேயே டேரெக்டாக ஓம் கணானா ஆம் துவா அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு பிரித்து பிரித்து பண்ணிட்டு போயிட்டு இருப்பேன் in a phonetic way. Technically, I am not allowed to do it, but either I can teach philosophy or I can teach Veda. So I have chosen the latter because any attempt to teach in the very grammatical way was becoming a very painful exercise for many people. Okay? Otherwise, வாத்தியாரெல்லாம் படிக்கிறது வேர்டு பை வேர்டு அவளுக்கு சொல்லிக் கொடுப்பான். பதம்னு பேர். ஸோ அவளுக்கு எப்போதுமே நீங்கள் பார்த்தெல்லாம் வாத்தியார் எஃபர்ட்லெஸ்ஸாக இன்னொருத்தருக்கு கைடு பண்ணுவோம். இஃப் ஹி இஸ் கோயிங் டு பி சிட்டிங் அட் த வாத்தியார், ஓம் சுக்லாம் பரதரம் விஷ்ணும் சசிவர்ணம் சதுர்புஜம் பிரசன்னவதனம் தியாயேத், he can do that. Correct? You must have seen, right? He will say that first word, you will repeat it. Then he will say one word, he is very comfortable. Same thing, they can do the entire Vedam like that. Non-Vadyars, Ritviks, will find it difficult because they don't go through that process of learning. They go through a process of learning the way I am teaching you. Phonetically, அதுதான் உங்களால் சொல்ல முடியும். இப்போ உங்களை வந்து இதை பிரேக் பண்ணுங்கோ, கணானாந்தோ கணபதிக்கும் பிரேக் பண்ணி சொல்லுங்கன்னா முடியாது. ஸோ என்ன ஆகும்? I can't be a Vadyar for somebody who doesn't know any of these things. When I sit as a Vadyar for him, I will do the chanting, they will listen. Whereas a proper trained Vadyar can do Padabedam, Padam Padama Solli Pirichi, they can enable the Yajamana to repeat the mantras. So Padam. அதுலேயும் வந்து பிரகிருதி தான். ஒன் செட் ஒன்ஸ். கிரமாவில் எப்படின்னா 1 2 2 3 then 3 4 4 5. Each word is yoked to the next. 1 2 2 3. So 1 and 3 நடுப்புற 2 is getting repeated twice. 2 means the second word. புரியுதா? கணானாம் துவா. துவா is the second word. So when கிரமாவில் என்ன ஆகும்? கணானாம் துவா துவா கணபதிகம் கணபதிகம் ஹவாமஹே ஹவாமஹே. Got it? The next word repeats itself. That is krama. Same way you consider the first word as one, second word as second. Jatala வந்து 1 2 2 2 1 1 2. That is the pitch. That is the group. You don't have to learn all these things. You just have to know that there is method like this. So Jatala பண்ண முடியுமா அப்படின்னா you must know what is the method of chanting. Mala, like a garland. It's slightly more complex. So Jata, Mala, Vikriti. Vikriti means variation. Natural form oda variation பண்ணி variant னு சொல்லலாம். Got it? So Jata, Mala, Shikha, Rekha, Dhwaja, Danda, Ratha. By the very nature of the word, you will understand what it means. So it will look like when you chant, you are actually chanting Veda like a garland. That is Mala. Dandana, Dandam முடிக்கிறது. அது மாதிரி those are the methods. The highest one is the Ghana. Ghana எப்படி 1 2 2 1 2 1 1 2 3 3 2 1 1 2 3. This is one group. Then that gets repeated அது மாதிரி. So example, Gananaam tva tva Ganapatim Ganapatigum Havamahe Havamahe Kavigum Havamahe. அது மாதிரி போகும். Very high level. For you to reach that level, you have to do a lot of learning and practice. But when you reach that level, when you appear for a viva or exam, oral, there will be 5 Ganapaticals who will sit there. They'll just say, Taitriya Samhitala வந்து 9th காண்டம் 3வது பிரஷ்னம் சொல்லுங்கோ. But Vadhyar has to have everything in memory. and they have to chant. When they chant, they'll say, okay, the Jatama Chulungo Odimba. Same thing again, we'll have to say, demonstrate the capability of Jata. Ghanama Chulungo. They can stop and ask any question from anywhere. And you're supposed to, oh, I haven't memorized that, I forgot. Thank you so much. You get only one shot. You pass the test, you'll be certified as a Gana particle. Ganam Panni, Gana Pathata master Pandrava, Gana Pathigal. Beyond this, there is one level which is very, very astonishing level of mastery and perfection. What is that? That person is called Salakshana Ganabhadigal. You see the other page. In the information, I don't think even in the web you will get in other places. There are certain very selective compilation that I have done. Salakshana Ganabhadigal a rarer height is where one who beyond has mastered the Lakshana. Ganam Pandrathoda Lakshanam. ஒரு வேர்டோட அக்ஷரத்தோட லக்ஷணத்தை டிஸ்கிரைப் பண்ணி சேண்ட் பண்ணணும் வேதத்தை. பிரணோ தேவி சரஸ்வதி வாஜே பிர்வா. சரஸ்வதி நம்ம ஒரு வார்த்தையை சொல்லிடுறோம். Now you try to break it down. Sarasvati. மூணு இத்தனை வேர்டு letters are there. So he will have to say is plus a is sa, ir plus a is ra, is va plus a is va, it plus ti is equal to ti. That is in short he is going to do. And for each akshara he will describe 6 attributes. Swaram, matra, balam, adidevata, pratyadidevata. அது மாதிரி he will describe sakara, gakara, ikara அப்படி சொல்லுவா. Are you getting what I'm saying? Now he has to memorize the entire Vedam like that. It's beyond imagination. The level of dedication and perfection that you are expected to demonstrate there. I think I've given a trivia information in terms of how many hours also they spend per life to achieve that level. So merely by looking at that number of hours that they have spent to learn, you can offer your salute and that maryade to the Vadyar when he comes home. A highly accomplished person, a highly knowledgeable person is walking into your home. So ensure that you offer that kind of a respect. So we again went into saying Vedam is not recitation, is not Bollywood song or Carnatic music for you to do gamakam and oscillations. Panna mudiyadu. Each akshara has got a swara and you have to adhere to that rule straight up. So it is more of reproduction of the swaras and aksharas and the matras in a proper way. This is not about performance. I will do my creativity in this and I will do my gamakam in this. I will put some imaginary swaras, kalpana swaras in this. You can't make even one small correction in Vedas. So your task is to more master what is given to you, perfect it, and then go forward. Now, what are all the rules of correct chanting? Go to section number 6. These are the core characteristics of a good chanter. Ennadu varna. Varna na the letter and the pronouncing of each sound in its exact place. In other words, I keep saying it as akshara shuddhi. So that is first. So second, swara, the accent. Om namo bhagavate te, and the swara correct and the aksharathukku ponum. Munna pinna you can't change the position. Te is 2 matra na 2 matra da. You can't say Om namo bhagavate rudraya. It has to be so perfect that even if 1,000 people in one room sit and chant, it has to be heard as one voice. I don't know how many of you have been to Atirudram, Maharudram. If you have ever been part of that, you will see how 123 Vadyars, Ritviks will sit together, 130 people will sit together and chant in unison. Matra is the chandas, the meter. I've talked enough about it, so I'm not going to belabor that point. Balam, the force. Om Namo versus Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya Namaste Rudramanyava Utot Ishave Namaha Namaste Astudanvane Bahubhya Mutate Namaha. எப்படி இருக்கு கேட்கறதுக்கு? Not so good, right? அதே இது. ஓம் நமோ பகவதே ருத்ராய நமஸ்தே ருத்ரமன்யவ உதோத இஷவே நமஹ. எப்படி இருக்கு? Feel like you're hearing Veda. So that is what is a concept called Balam, force. அதுக்காக Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya, not acceptable. You can't scream like that just because you want to be heard loud. That also need to be controlled. புரியுதா? So you don't sit at the frequency meter and pitch meter, but you sort of get used to that and you all sync up at the same sound. Samana, evenness. I can't say Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya Namaste Rudramanyava Udota Ishave Namaha. இதெல்லாம் பண்ண முடியாது. You can't do any of these things. That is Vakram. You start in one tempo till you get up, you finish the entire Parayanam in that tempo. Hey, we are running short of time. Can you speed up? Can you speed up? It's all pop-up. We end up in doing it at times, but there's no option, but that is wrong. So if you are experienced and well learned, you can know how to control the pace. Because if you have practiced it over and over again, and if you know how to chant well, for you scaling up on a speed or down is not a problem at all. Got it? So Santana, the continuity, the joining by sandhis, all of those things are very important. So a continuous flow arkadam. Trape andasaspade daridhran neelalohida esham purushanam esham pashunam mabherma romo esham kinchanamamate yate rudra shiva tano shiva vishwaha veshaji shiva rudrasya veshaji tajano mrida jeevasehe. Continuous up interval. Whether you sit for 1 hour, whether you sit for 22 hours, same energy, same speed, same consistency, same flow. You can't say I've been chanting for 10 hours, now I'm slowing down. In the morning I was energetic, I chant fast. No. So a high level of mental fitness, physical fitness, focus, concentration, dedication to chanting instead of looking here and there, all of these things are essential. Any questions so far? For those of you who may have questions as to where are you getting these things from, correct? Is it your own creation? Is it your own interpretation? I have given you reference sections in the Vedas where you get it. For example, if I say the 6 attributes that I explained right now, it is in Shikshavali. You learn this. Shikshamya akhyashyamah varnaswarah matrabalam samassantanah. Got it? It's already explained in the Vedas. How to learn Vedas, how to chant Vedas, everything is given. Now, why recite the Vedas in today's world? What is the relevance? That question is being answered. Inner, which I already explained in the first class. Inner purification, inner clarity, body's mental condition, physical condition. The chanting, it's like you think of it as a sonography or a vibration massage spa. Especially your upper respiratory part will be very, very clean and well maintained. Because you're practicing breath control, you're practicing focus, concentration, it keeps you fit. From there, when I chant something good, the place where I'm sitting also, I'm helping purify. If I gather 10 people and sit in a large hall, I'm purifying the hall. If I capture 120 people and chant it with a loudspeaker, etc., maybe I'll be purifying the city. That is the whole purpose of doing mass chanting. Okay? Now, a key aspect there, in short, within you, steadier breath and the benefit of sharper faculties, all of those things beyond you, etc. So, what are the swaras? In Krishna Yajurveda that we are learning, Udatta, Anudatta, Swarita, Dirgha Swarita. Whatever I have taught in the last 2 class is out there. Gananam to example kuduthi, they are giving what notes will come there, and I'm going to add multiple languages here with the swaras in the next version. Okay. So now section number 10. Ashwin, are you able to follow?
Yes.
Am I going too fast?
No.
You're able to follow, right? So here the hraswa means one matra. So use this technical terms from now. Instead of saying one matra, the short one, long one, abdillah, putting your own words and interpretation, start getting used to the term hraswa. Dhirga means elongated, 2 matras. Pluta, 3 matras, that is pluta. Here again, there is a gentle word. If you see, notes are being given. You may read also that these 3 notes correspond to fixed musical pitches. Traditional describe them in different ways. So there are no fixed pitches, Mary. So you do your best to get to that close swara, close pitch. You don't sit with the meter and focus. Are we all hitting the same frequency? Are we all hitting the same pitch? That is not the objective. So, how the marks are placed, you know, one single letter means one Anudatta, stroke above is Swarita or Dirgha Swarita. If it is a conjunct letter, Vajaschame, Ischame, then which Swaram goes to what? Very logical question, correct? அதில் வந்து இஷ் வந்து let us say it is half syllable. It will always go with the previous syllable. So whatever is the previous syllables swara, it will carry the same swara. So vajashchame, அதில் வந்து ச அனுதாத்தா ஆகும், இஷ் அனுதாத்தா ஆக முடியாது. You can't say இஷ்சமே is அனுதாத்தா. Clear? Yashas, are you able to follow? Good. மணிகண்டன் மியூட் பண்ணி வீடியோ மியூட் பண்ணிட்டார், என்னாச்சு தெரியல. In English, if you have a horizontal line above the akshara, that is not a swara. That is the Latin form of English to distinguish between na and na. A and a naka mele innor letter irukum. Sorry, or horizontal line irukum above a. If you don't have the horizontal line, it is a. If you have a horizontal line, it is a. So if you're using native script, Devanagari script, you don't have to worry about it. But for English, it is very important. So I've gone to explain the each of the aspects, Balam, Matra, and Santana and Sandhi. Okay. Anuswara. I've taught about this also in the beginning. If you see e, e, u, u, this whole vowels. Then you have ka, cha, ta, ta, pa. 5 vargas. Varga means 5 different types of aksharas. அதில் வந்து க க க க ங, the 5th column, ங ஞ ண ந ம, that column can also be represented as a dot in scripting. Shancha me. So incha, the 5th letter is being represented as Anuswara. There, the dot is called Anuswara. If Anuswara is followed by ka, cha, ta, ta, pa, these 5 vargas, you can interpret the dot as m or n, ma or na. So you can chant it as sham cha me, majash cha me, padinalum thappu illa. But more popular is shan cha me, in is more popular. But if that Anuswara is followed by ya, ra, la, va, sha, sa, ha, ksha, la, it becomes Anunasika. So sa dot ya is not chanted as samya or sanya. It will be chanted as sanya. Anunasika. Sanya. When I chant Swasti, you hear that. Adhishthane Vishikta. So it is Sanyamindranam. You don't say Samyamindranam as you see in Tamil scripts. So 14 and 15 are about Anuswara and Anunasika. Then there is a specific akshara which is called Gum. Gum will be represented by a Chandra Bindu with a dot. Proper. In line with the other akshara. Not on top of the akshara. Please pay attention, otherwise you'll not understand this and you'll get confused. If I say Gum, Chandra Bindu with the dot, in line with the akshara, it is Gum, GM. If I do the same thing on top of the akshara in a very smaller font, it is Anunasika. Instead of the Chandra Bindu and dot, if I have two sort of a parabola, double parabola, it is called G. Okay. Swaha. That is GG. Avagraha I have taught you. Namaha plus Astu becomes Namostu. Mo kapro or S letter. That's called a filler letter. So instead of stopping with Mo to Matra, you go to Mo Namostute. Are you able to follow what I'm saying? So if you see one avagraha, one extra matra. If you see two avagraha, you will have to do two extra matra. Supposedly you have after Namo, there are two avagrahas. You will say Namostute. If you have one avagraha, you will say Namostute. If you don't have any avagraha, you will say Namostute. Three different matras. Are you able to register that? Namostute, no avagraha. Namostute, two avagraha. Sorry, one avagraha. Namostute, two avagraha. Clear? Yeah. Then there are certain places, though the script may not say, you will have to have a mental pause. Namah Soma. You don't say Namah Soma. You don't rush like that. So there are places where there is a natural pause. Namah Soma Yaja Rudra Yaja Namah Sarva Yaja Pashupataye cha. As I teach various Rudram Chamakam, you'll understand that. I'll keep elaborating it. You can take a note and you can say, okay, these are the places where I will have to give the pause and continue. Then there is a double consonant, like Buddhi. Abdina, Bu, Id is Damayanti Davad Padi, half. Buddh. The second part of that is Dhi, DH. So you'll have to chant it as Buddhi. Buddhi. Not Buddhi. Buddhi means both are same da. So it should be Buddhi, Shuddhi, Vriddhi. Got it? Okay. Then comes the most important Visarga. Two dots or colon. Bhuhu followed by Bhuvaha followed by Suvaha. How will you combine it? Unmute பண்ணி சொல்லு. Suvaha. Where is the ir coming from? When you see bhuhu, who is that visarga? Colon. Followed by bhu. Because bhuhu, bhuvaha. Second word is bhuvaha, right? If that is followed by bhu or bha, bha, whatever, the visarga will be substituted as ir. This is the rule. So there are 85 such rules in Sanskrit. Only 85 for visarga. Total number of such rules in Sanskrit, can anybody guess how much? No idea? This was biggest contribution by Panini. He told, oh, you all are now learning Sanskrit. By the way, this is how this language works. And he reverse engineered the whole thing, decoded the language to say it consists of only 5,500 rules that you have to remember. Not very difficult. Put in effort, you know the rules, you are a master of Sanskrit. Of which Visarga Sandhi is 85. I've taken a class only for Visarga Sandhi for about 9 classes. So on my channel, you can go and search. Put it into a playlist, separate playlist, play it. I will share the Akshara, Sanskrit and Devanagari to Tamil to English to Telugu, Kannada, the chart as promised. Keep that in front of you and you can follow that class. Many things are taught there. Now comes a single bar and a double bar. Can anybody tell me what is the meaning of a single bar? What is the meaning of a double bar? No, single bar and double bar. Swarita, Dirgha, Swarita is Swaram if it is on top of the Akshara.
Yeah.
But at the end of the Rik, if you see a single bar, and at the end of the Rik, you see a double bar.
Double bar means it's completed. That is
Correct.
completed. And a single bar means you are
Half of this. So if it is a shloka, one bar means it's only half of the shloka. A double vertical line notates the completion of the shloka or completion of the Rik. Got it? So we have covered a lot of these things. There could be more which I could have added, but I didn't want to overcomplicate the document. There is another concept that you need to learn called Mahaprana and Alpaprana. Enna word? Mahaprana, Alpaprana. Anybody knows what is the meaning of Alpa?
It means small in size.
Correct.
Very little.
Correct. Alpa means small or insignificant, negligible, whatever you want to say. Why do you call it as Mahaprana and Alpaprana? Now I just taught you about Ka, Cha, Ta, Ta, Pa, Varga. So imagine that like a 5 by 5 matrix. Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha. Ka is Kadi, Kayam. Kha comes from the Nabhi with a gush of air. So if you don't know the difference, what will happen is, if a Tamilian asks a North Indian, சாப்பாடு சாப்பிட்டியாங்கிறதுக்கு கானா காயா கே அப்படிம்போ. How many of you know Hindi? So are you familiar with this? Tamilian asking a North Indian, கானா காயா கே? எல்லாமே கா தான் அவனுங்க தமிழ்ல. It is actually खाना खाया क्या, ख வரணும். That is Mahaprana. Khan, இந்த ஒரு வரணும் எல்லாத்துலயும். So if you notice it, ka, kha, ga, Gayatri ga, ghee, ghee வரணும், ghee. Lagnam, it is not lagnam, it is lagnam. Nirvignam, Vigneshwara. இல்லைன்னா வந்து இந்த வாயப்பயத்தில் வைக்கி வைந்தேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்கிற மாதிரி, ஏன் சார் அப்படி சொல்கிறேன் அப்படின்னாக்கா பயக்க வைக்கும் அப்படிம்போம். அந்த மாதிரி போகக்கூடாது. You have to have very clear Akshara Shuddhi when you chant Vedam. There is no option. So you have to listen properly, you have to practice properly. And it becomes very tongue twisting and tough when Mahaprana, Alpaprana follows effortlessly back to back. So when I teach, I'll teach you the grouping, how to group and chant, how to group the words and chant. Don't just listen in like this and as soon as the class is over, erase. Then you have wasted your time in the class. So when I teach in the class the grouping, make sure that you remember the grouping and you follow the grouping. Priyada? Fair enough? Yeah. So now 21. We start with Dhyana Shlokams. Rishabhavoda உட்காந்து பாருங்க எப்படி எஃபர்ட்லெஸ்ஸாக ஃபுல்லாக பண்ணினோம். So you need to learn Dhyana Shlokams. So you all put your notes as to when you want to have the Dhyana Shlokam class. I can take one extra class only for Dhyana Shlokam. I will share a full script. Normally there's a very big script that we have. We only follow some abridged part of the Dhyana Shlokam in every class. In the first class itself, I explained to you. When we get into the class, we are coming from various positions of stress, some agitated conversation or a workplace, or you have come to a drive through the highway, any situation that would have been, you are in an elevated state, right? Or you come running, your heart beats much, much faster. When your heart beats faster, it's very difficult to control your breathing. So physical, mental distraction or stress, to normalize and stabilize your mooch, you want to bring it to normal. Then only your breath control will be in place. Breath control in place, then you will be able to chant properly. Otherwise, you see how long this is. Om Gananam Tva Ganapatikam Avamahe Kavim Kavinam Upamashravastamam Jeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspada Brahmanam varaikku na moochu pidichen. At my young age, we used to finish the entire Rudram in about 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes. With proper swara, matra, everything. That means we were able to hold our breath that long. Right now, as age persists and you have a belly, you'll be finding it difficult to do the breath control. And these are important things to know. So we start with the Dhyana Shlokam. Go to page number 21. What is Gananam Tva? Telugu.
Is a prayer to Ganesha.
Anything?
It's a prayer to
Prayer,
Ganesha,
yes.
no?
Prayer சொல்றது போல invocation சொல்லலாம்.
Invocation.
Invocation. Ganesha in the form of Vigneshwara. Because we have been told that is what we do. No matter what puja you do, you first do your invocation salutation to Vigneshwara. Concept again is very selfish. I'm going to embark on a big project, or I'm going to embark in just one class. I'm going to conduct a class. Please ensure there are no obstacles. Are enna obstacle vara mudiyum appadinaka, I can fall sick, internet can go down, power can go down, battery can die, somebody can get into the room, disrupt. They are all obstacles or vignam. So you pray to Vigneshwara that whatever I do, I'm able to do it without obstacles. Nirvignam. So buttering. Okay, Vigneshwara, I've taken care of you. Next, Prano Devi Saraswati Vaje Virvajanivati. Ennadhu?
Saraswati.
Saraswati.
Yes. Saraswati Naka, she is also called Vag Devi. Vak na speech. Vag Devi. So whatever I chant, whatever I say, it must come with perfection. Please bless me. So you butter that God. Now you know why we need so many gods. We don't have rain, so Varuna Devata. I'm not able to breathe, Vayu Devata. So for everything we have a Devata. And we know how to butter them. We will butter them one by one, we'll butter them collectively. We are very good at all that stuff. We will even bribe them by giving them food. Naivedyam solittu namma da saapduvom. But we offer Naivedyam to God. I'm not joking, I'm just putting it in a lighter moment. Adhe madri, you take the blessings of Vag Devi. What good is Vagdevi's blessing when you don't have any masala inside your head? You must have something to say, to speak, no? So who gives you that?
Guru.
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 Do a research on what is the meaning of guru. How did the term originate?
Dispeller of darkness. Guru.
Remover of
Guru.
darkness.
Yeah. Remover of darkness.
So how is the darkness removed? By showing light. Sometimes the questions are very easy. So light in this context means knowledge. So anybody who imparts knowledge, gives you knowledge, teaches you something, is removing your darkness. You are learning so many things in this 1 hour or in this last 3 class. So you are not knowledgeable. Now you are knowledgeable thanks to a teacher. So that person is Guru. So can you say, I will thank only you? It's a little bit selfish. You have to thank the person who taught me, who removed darkness in my life. So my Guru. Can you stop there? You have to thank the previous Guru, Guru's Guru. So there is a hierarchy for that. Guru, Parama Guru, Parameshthi Guru. Does anyone know after that?
Parapara-guru.
Perfect. That is the word. Adamari, go all the way up to Adi Shankaracharya, Dakshinamurti. If you are in Sri Vidya, you go all the way up to Bhaskara Raya. ಇವಾಳ ನಮ್ಮ ಗುರುವ ವರ್ಷಿಪ್ ಪಣಂ. And incidentally, when Adi Shankaracharya was born, he is an avatar of Parameshwara himself. If you have not been to Kaladi in Kerala, please visit the place he was born. Amazing serenity and peace. People were actually fighting with each other on the streets, going after each other's blood. What was the reason? Horizontal is superior or vertical is superior? Shiva is superior, Vishnu is superior. Shiva followers, Shaivites will say there is no Vishnu. Vishnu followers, Vaishnava will say there is no Shiva. Then there is Shakta followers, worshippers of Shakti. Kaumara followers, people who follow and worship Muruga, mostly in the south. Ganesha followers, mostly in the west. For people who are Ganesha Bhakta, they will only think of Ganesha. They can't recognize any other god. Likewise, Hanuman Bhakta. People lost the main objective, that these are not different gods. It is the same one God that manifests itself in different forms. If it is difficult to understand, think of you as a father to somebody, a husband to somebody, a branch manager to somebody, a grandfather to somebody, a brother to somebody. It's the same person, right? You're not 10 different people. So same concept you understand here. So he brought a concept called Shanmada Bedam. Bedham means differentiate pannadago. Don't differentiate. It's all one God. And he brought a concept called Panchayatana Pujai. Pancha means 5. So he identified the 5 corners of worship in Panchayatana Puja. He gave the procedure to the world. Who are the people there? Obviously, Vigneshwara is one. Second,
Shiva, Vishnu, Surya, and Muruga.
Muruga varadu.
Muruga, sorry, Shakti.
Correct. From Shiva Parvati family, 3 people. Shiva, Shakti, Ganesha. Then Surya Narayana, Vishnu. These occupy 4 corners and the center. You can never do anything without Muruga. Why? No idea? After today, you have to have the idea. He is called the Deva Senatipati, commander-in-chief of all the Devatas. So he will also be on the Panchayatana setup, close to one of the gods. So if you're a die-hard Ganesha follower, you keep Ganesha in the center, remaining 4 in the 4 corners. If you're a Shiva Bhakta, put Shiva in the center, remaining 4 gods in the 4. That is the rule. And he gave a procedure. I can teach you that procedure also. I can give you the script for that procedure also. So in one shot, in a very simple puja, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, if you have proficiency, you can give muscat buttering to all the gods. But the principle was that it is all one God. You all have to unite and understand that. Adhanalata, if you have chant Swasti, you will focus on what I am saying. Next time, I will be using this word. Got it? So, we give our gratitude, express our gratitude to the Guru and Guru Parampara. That because of you, we are able to gain knowledge and we are able to find the path to God. Path to God is not GPS or Google or Apple Maps. 100% it is through sadhana, understanding God within you. The whole concept of idol worship just started 500 years ago. It was not there before. So, you follow the Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, and then Devi, Vachama, Janit, everything is there. Then finally you say Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Then Swasti for a particular Matham. If you go to Sringeri Matham, the Swasti will be different because their Guru Parampara is different. You go to Ramanujacharya Matham, it will be different. So you can't go and chant Kanchi Swasti in Ramanujacharya Matham or a Sai Baba place, right? They will have their own Swasti. So we have the Dhyana Shlokam and the Swasti as part of it. I've added one more where it is very popular that you have heard. Sahana Vavatu, Sahanau Bhunaktu, Sahaviryam Karavavahe, Tejasvina Vadhitamastuma Vidvishamahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Anything that we do, we start with Shanti, we end with Shanti. Shanti or peace for us and peace for the whole world. So that is the way you finish it. Adilayum, I've given the reference where it is coming. Then some tips on how to practice. Can you go to that last 22nd page number? Strictly follow these things. Keep a fixed time. Make a clean, calm space. Don't sit in a very lousy, noisy place. Begin with invocation and prayer. Stabilize your systems. Take small portion. You don't have to say, I will practice the entire Rudram. I will only start practicing after I learn everything. No. Even if you learn only 2 rigs, practice, be up to speed, whatever I'm teaching in the class. Listen before you speak. Hearing is the main component of learning Veda. So you put your audio files on iPhone or Android, connect it to AirPlay, CarPlay. While driving for 1 hour, 1.5 hours, 3 hours, you can listen it. Subconsciously, you will learn many things. Let meaning follow the fluency. First is fluency, meaning theriyata kuda paravalla. Fluency. Then commit to memory, routing, so that you don't rely on a PDF. If you have got a heavy reliance on PDF, if the battery dies, if the power cut happens, your puja stops right there. Instead, memorize everything and practice whatever you have learned. Pay attention, be very serious about what you have learned, and then you'll be able to see a lot of progress. So with this, I will stop. There's less than a minute. Wish you all the best. Have a nice weekend. And from the next class, I will be getting into the actual Veda. We will start with Gananantva. I will teach, practice. If you all want to record it yourself, keep your phone, etc. on recording mode. You can record it and replay it. Otherwise, it's always there on YouTube. Okay, ba? Don't distribute the PDF outside to outside people. It needs to be revised and corrected and proofread many more times before it is ready. Okay? Take care. Bye.
Sure.